It is currently the 16th of October 2013. Typhoon Wipha continues to race off towards the northeast with improving conditions behind it across much of Tokyo and the Pacific coast of Japan for that matter. Unfortunately, as you can see here on the map where I have it marked, Oshima Island took the brunt of the storm system, and now we have seen at least 7 reports of deaths out here, and 30 people are still missing. So our hopes and prayers really do go out to everybody involved in this storm system on this island. I know the South Defense Force has been dispatched there, and it does look like recovery efforts in place, but this is just one photo coming from that area. Also, several photos being posted on here from the Yokosuka area. Very large waves just inside Tokyo Bay being seen, and then this is some imagery I shot across much of Tokyo earlier on this morning. Very gusty winds, and is one reason why we are seeing several reports of injuries into the Tokyo metro area is because, well, it's kind of the Japanese culture. You still go to work despite there being a typhoon. Trains were still running today, buses were still running, and everybody was still out and about despite we were actually seeing typhoon strength gusts right along coastal areas. But I think one of the main impacts of this storm it was the heavy rainfall and some river flooding. Actually, I'll just show you this quick clip I shot earlier on today. I was talking to the camera here by the Tamagawa River, which was exceptionally high. Hey everyone, Rob here in Tokyo. Typhoon Wipha just off the coastline. I've already been seeing some typhoon strength winds right near the coast. Here in Tokyo, winds up to about tropical storm strength, but I think the big story at this time is some heavy rainfall. Earlier I was over in Shibuya, some flooding actually, some of the rain flowing down there into the subway, but also here at the Tamagawa River where I'm at now. This is quite the highest I have seen, and much higher than when Manyi came through, so some pretty significant flooding. There must have been a lot of rainfall farther upstream, so I'm going to continue to gauge the impact of this storm system still. So for now, though, the storm system is still racing off towards the northeast. We are seeing some heavy rainfall in northern Japan now. So across the Tohoku area, just north of Tokyo, some fairly heavy precipitation. This was shot at 5 a.m. You see all these thunderstorms there across portions of Chiba. Now you can see all that heavy rainfall is off there towards Tohoku and Hokkaido. Already past Fukushima Daiichi. Looks like the plant fared decently well at this time. Comparatively, it's still damaged, so you can't say everything's good there. But the storm is racing by. And as far as what tropical storms are concerned, a bullet train level, 70 kilometers per hour. I actually have not really seen one move quite this fast. It is racing off there towards northeast. Still a typhoon, though. Winds at 65, gusting up to 95 knots. Large waves are still going to be expected along the Pacific coast of Japan here, but for all intents and purposes, significantly improving conditions behind it. Now it's just time to pick up the mess left in behind the storms. Now, not to get too far ahead of ourselves, I know this storm's racing off towards the northeast, and sure is a lot of cold air coming in behind it, so do wear a jacket on Thursday and Friday if you are watching this from the Tokyo area and also much of central Japan. But what I mean by not getting too far ahead of ourselves is that we have another tropical depression just towards the west of Guam, and you can see it here on JMA, forming in the same location where Wipha actually formed. And while as far as the GFS model goes, a very similar outcome possible here as Wipha as it races off there towards the northeast. I mean, but this is still very long range. This would be about a week out. But the thing is that we do have model consensus. This is the NavGem as well, along with the GFS and a few other models showing a storm system developing rapidly, running right along the same, it feels almost like deja vu, same track as Wipha, and then cruising off there towards the north. And then look at that little guy developing in its wake, possibly moving out towards the Mariana Islands, according to this particular model, with a typhoon hitting the Mariana Islands. Not quite very common for Guam. This is a big source region down here, but for storms to actually hit it full-blown typhoon strength is quite rare. So, there's a lot still going on out here. I would like to say Wipha's moving off, typhoon season over with, but in its wake, that one's going to move through, and it looks like another one coming in the same direction, and coastal Japan really has to keep a very, very close eye on that one as well. by early next week. So with that said, everybody, it has been a very busy past several weeks, and it does look like it is not ending anytime in the near future. And you can see our storm system down there near Guam starting to spin up. I wouldn't really expect this to move towards the Philippines, but definitely coastal Japan could be feeling the impacts of that storm system. I also want to thank everybody that sent me a lot of these videos and photos today out of Japan. I really, really appreciate it. So with that said, stay safe out there, everybody, and thanks for watching.